Hey guys, Youngblood with you, and today I wanted to make a quick video to cover the new handheld tractor beam that's come with 3.12. Now first off, this is actually an attachment for the Grey Cat multi-tool that you used for hand mining today, so if you already have the multi-tool, you're only going to need the tractor beam attachment. Now as far as where you can purchase that, they're available at a lot of locations, but Tammany & Sons on Lorville has them for sure, as well as the cargo decks on the orbital stations. I believe it's some of the refinery decks, though the cargo deck is a safe location to get one for now. I also believe Levski has this available too. The tractor beam is really kind of a two-function device that serves in two different modes. You got the EVA get-around mode, known as 0G traversal, and grab and carry goods mode, which is basic tractor beam. They actually will self-designate based on your distance to the target and what you're actually pointing at. So first off, let's look at the traversal mode. It's really fairly intuitive because you can click the right mouse button to go into aim down sights mode. However, you don't really gain a lot from doing that as far as just zipping around. So you're almost just as good hip firing. Now, EVA in 3.12 is now slow. Holding shift doesn't add the extra speed, so having this on you at all times is helpful to get you places faster. The other part of EVA now is that you actually inherit a lot of momentum, and you're very prone to spinning out of control, and it takes a while to get you back on track. Whereas using this actually will help you kind of maintain a little bit more of a steady path. Now, it does have a range of how far you can grab, but it is significantly further than you would think it would be. So I'd really suggest that you come over to somewhere like Kovalex, around Daymar, and learn a little bit at this location because it's a good testing site for this gameplay. You'll notice some limitations on how often you can use it and how long you can move before it needs to cool down. But again, it really operates a lot better than you would think it would. Now, in locations that have a lot of debris, though, you need to be careful about running into things because you can take damage as a result of collisions. And that can mean that you need to use a Medipen. And unless you actually holster this first and you hit C, you're going to drop your med pen, and that's going to mean you're likely going to die, which is exactly what happened when I tried to board my Vanguard with this approach. That's another good lesson. Ship physics grids are a little bit weird right now, so I'd advise not using this to enter ships at this point at least. You'll also find that when you're not in 0G, you aren't able to use the traversal mode when your feet are planted on the ground. Now the other mode there is the item tractoring, and that can be used in 0G or otherwise. And once you go into aim down sights mode, you're going to see the information display on the weapons screen, and that's going to alter a little bit. Now, however, you also have augmented reality on the edges of the items on your HUD, and things will light up green, indicating that this is a piece of environment that you can tractor and interact with. On planets, grabbing a box and tractoring into better position is easy and controllable, but in 0G, you're managing a lot more maneuvers, and sometimes you need to switch the modes to really get around effectively. Now, the distance on this seems to be about 30 meters, which is, if you need a ballpark on the visual, is about home plate to first base on a baseball diamond. You'll also notice that in 0G that you can EVA faster than you can carry the box, so it does require you to keep looking at the item to some degree, but also keeping the appropriate amount of distance between it before you lose the connection to the item and you have to go regain control. Overall, gameplay-wise, losing control and speed in EVA mode is a downer, but having a fun new tool to help zoom around even faster is a lot of fun. It works a lot better than you would think it would anyways. From a box moving perspective, it's helpful to some degree in just basic movement, but the real value here comes in ships that don't do missions well because you can't really climb in while holding a box. So you can now use this to pick up an item and put it into the ship, which really helps on ships, especially entry-level ones like the Aurora, where you would need this type of help. It's a surprisingly well-done addition to the verse. It's got a cheap price in the game too, so it's definitely worth getting and checking out. If you have questions on this new utility, let me know. My organization is pretty good with shenanigans and testing things outside of intended design, so as we find interesting things to try, I'll bring it back to the channel here. Stay tuned for more content coming soon, including an update to the bounty hunting systems, likely in the next video. Otherwise, thanks for watching, have yourselves a wonderful day, and take care.